busy from this last 2 3 days. I'm busy. I'll check it today. I'll check it.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So today's chapter would be loops, and in this loops, English word. If I say loops, also it's nothing but iterations, or still simple repetitions. So repetitions means nothing but you're repeating the same thing again and again. Like print your name 10 times. Okay, print tech learn 10 times. So did I say print tech learn 10 times? Did I say that message? Did I say that question 10 times? Or I
No,
said it once and I just put a number to it?
that's rather simple.
Yeah. So whenever
Teclon.
you want, yeah. So I will say print tech learn for 10 times. My instruction will be this much. With that, definitely people will start writing it. But how will they start solving it? Will they blindly start tech learn like that, keep on writing, or they do something else also?
They can do something else, ma'am. Print
Means
Teclon star into
Into
10. It's 10 times,
in,
right?
into
yes,
10.
tech learn into 10. So they
Yeah.
can do that. This is one. Any other thing? Any other thing?
We could, like,
Or else manually we have to do. Manually.
okay.
So this is print, it's fine. Now if I say something like you add these numbers and give me the answer. So generally what do we do? 1 plus 2. What is the answer? You're getting this answer. Then you'll go with what? This answer, no? 3 plus 3.
6.
This will generate an answer 6. So are you repeating the same thing? Something procedure is repeating. Can you observe?
Yeah.
So that means top to bottom you have started like adding the numbers. Just you're adding, and whenever you get a sum, you're keeping that in your mind. And then again go to the next number. Add it with that number and update your answer 6 in your mind. And again you take that 6, 6 plus 4. In your mind also you do that only. So if I don't have these numbers, you can see. Give me the sum of 5 numbers means you'll start saying 1 plus 2, 3, 3 plus 3, 6, 6 plus 4, 10, 10 plus 5. You're going to say that.
50.
So you're looking, that means is there some repetition in that process?
Yeah.
So you're,
Consecutive, so you keep at.
yes, yeah. So you're starting at some point for sure, no?
Yes.
And at that time, what, because I want to find out the total. So I'm keeping initially what is my total? Initially, there's no total with us. We didn't start yet. So we have to start adding from which number?
0.
Okay. I wanted to find the sum of n natural numbers.
Okay,
Sum
natural
of,
numbers doesn't have 0.
yeah. So I'll have to start from which number?
1.
1. So I'll start my, or the I value or C value as 1. Now what should we do with this number? Can I add them? Can we add
Start.
them?
Yeah.
What is your answer now?
1.
1. So where should I keep this 1? Is it my current sum?
Yes.
Yeah. So can I update this whole answer in which variable? Right?
Okay, so is
So
equals to
Yes.
currently S is 1. By
1.
this S becomes right now 1.
1.
But initially it was 0.
0.
0.
After this, what should I add in this right now?
Again, I.
I. I should be
Means
which number we should add now? What is the next new number?
2.
2.
2. You can do like this, or with respect to this, can you get 2 with some formula?
N into n plus 1 was a formula, I guess.
Okay,
No?
formula is fine. Yeah, that is a formula. But otherwise, generally, this is I. What is its next number? How do we get it? Can
I
I say
plus I.
something? I plus I or I
1.
plus 1?
1.
So can I say I plus is equal to 1?
Yeah.
So this we got as which number?
2.
2, no? Now
Mm.
what should I do with this 2? Now
Add it with
currently,
S.
S.
yes, S should be added with this new I.
New
And
I.
where should I update this whole answer?
Again.
S2 or S1?
It's a
S
case
again.
same. We keep on
Okay.
adding, no, from top to bottom. Keep in mind one sum only. Only one sum. Now this is which answer now?
3.
Isn't it?
Previous S
Previous is
and the
I.
1. So what is the answer?
3.
3. So which value is 3 now? This is I value, this is S value. Last, that means current values. Now again what should we do?
I
Again,
plus
I
is equals to
to
3.
1.
Wait,
1.
1. Okay.
1
After
only.
2, it will keep on increasing by 1 only,
Okay.
no? After 2,
Yes, ma'am.
3. So S is equal to S plus. So can
I.
I say this one also like this?
Yes.
There's a better version. So if you see this whole procedure, is it doing the same calculation again and again?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is repetition. It's a concept of repetition. So it's a calculation or is it a printing statement? Is it a print that I can say I plus is equal to 1 comma S plus is equal to I, and can I say something like into 10 times? Can we do this or can into 5 times? Now is it possible to
Yes.
mention 10 times, 5 times?
Yes.
No, no. This is not print statement, no. It's direct instruction. Print this message into 10 times. Whatever you do, this is a repetition operator.
Yeah.
So it is working. This operator we can use with actually numbers or any sequences. Is it a sequence?
It's a loop.
Yeah, it's something like we just writing the formula here. Two
Yeah.
formulas here.
Mm.
You can't say repeat this formula for 5 times just by saying multiplication of 5. It's not correct. See, with the,
Because it's changing every step. So is
yes,
that why?
yeah, see, this is the only thing we can use the star with. You can only say star with this, or you can say star with this, or at the most we can say star with this or numeric decimals, decimals or the anything. But other than that, can I say 1 into or like 1 plus 4 into 3? Does it give 3 times of this calculation?
No, ma'am.
No.
So it doesn't make
It
sense, no?
won't.
It's
It's
a
give.
normal calculation then. It won't do like that, no? So in the same way, if I say something like this, and then after that, if I say something, what does it make a meaning right now? What does it mean? If you
1,
look
2,
at
3,
this whole
4
thing,
times. 1, 2, 3, 4
1,
times.
2, 3. No, that's what. You read it like a Python interpreter. According to the Python interpreter, multiple values are called as tuple of values. And in that tuple, this is the first, second. Whenever it says comma, it is immediately converting a tuple only. So inside tuple, it has place 1, 2. Last is a computed value.
Multiplication comes first.
So then it will multiply and put it in the tuple.
Tuple. Okay. Okay.
So
Okay,
that
ma'am.
means if I say print 1, 1 plus 2, comma 2 plus 3 or 2 plus 4, and then I say something like this, does it do the that means that many times? Will it say multiple times of these two formulae? No,
No, ma'am.
it will just print this. Inside print, when I'm passing multiple values, it's not a tuple. It is just a print statement, no? Print this value, after that put comma, this value multiplied with this. So that means it's an expression. Multiply and add 2 to it.
Yeah.
We get 22.
Yeah.
So it is printing the information like that, as it is. So in print, no commas shown on the screen, right? So it is not looking like a tuple for print statement. It is just printing it. Whatever you pass to print, it will just print it and it will just remove the commas. It won't show it on the screen, right?
Okay.
So could I repeat this formula of sum of n natural numbers using star operator? We could not achieve, no, that
No,
concept
ma'am.
what we were expecting. So for that, they have introduced something called as loops. So whatever I said, do it for 5 times. This calculation I have to repeat for like 5 times. We have something called as loop. So in loops, we have steps. The steps are like initialization step, which will talk about the starting count, the beginning count. Next is the test expression that talks about the ending count. When should we stop the counting? When should I start the count? When should I end the count? And what should we do? The repetitive task. So, what is the task? We have to repeat, or repetitive statements, I can say. What are the statements you are being repeating every time? What do you see which is repeated? So, in this scenario, what is repeated here? These two sentences are repeated for 5 times. Starting from 1 till 5, will repeat the same steps, right? So these repetitive steps will be done. And after doing this repetitive task, every time we have to change the value, change the count. Because if I don't change the count, it's like a starting point. I have to start here and we have to reach to the ending point. So if I don't move forward to the next point, will I ever reach to the destination?
No, ma'am.
We have to move on. So here we have to give the logic. So do I want to move forward by +1, or you want to do the multiplication? What you want to do, so that you'll move from the starting point to the ending point. Let us say starting point is this one, ending point is this one. And we have to tell the logic of move on. What is the step over time? So here, should I do +1 or should I do +2? What is the logic you want to do? So here, when I said sum of n natural numbers, change of count was done by how much? What was the
+1.
change of count? +1. So by doing this +1, we are just going every time to a new number. Like this, we'll go till this. Once it reaches to 5, what should we do? Should we still add on 1 to it, or we should stop?
We should stop because
So
the
it's,
question is first 5, I guess.
yes,
No?
first 5. Yeah, correct. First 5. So here in the loop, these 4 steps are important here. So for loops, we have some keywords. Just let us say we have done if keyword till now. What was the role of if? Now, if I write this code like this, C is equal to 1, means the beginning count is 1. If I write count, okay, and if I say what will be the output on the screen? It starts here, then it will execute, it will check, answer is true or false.
Less than 5. Right. Less than equal
True or false? Is it true?
true only, ma'am.
Yeah, so if it is true, we should do these two statements.
It need to print C, and I think
Yeah,
it, it will print
C
1 and
means,
2.
and again, what should happen?
I
I should increase. So, what is my I value? 2.
2.
After that, what will happen there? If I say anything else, or the it'll program will end here. This code is over, no?
yeah,
Will it repeat the same step again? Is it going to check again and print again? 2.
no.
Unless we run the program, it won't.
Yeah, but even if I run the program, again it starts from top to bottom.
Okay,
By which
so
again it prints always 1 only. It's only printing one time 1. Program is meant to print only one time. So there is an English keyword. I'll just replace. Now see that it's like till the time, as long as C value is found to be less than or equal to which number?
5.
5. We have to repeat this job. Means I should do these two statements as long as this is true. So is it true for the first time? Yes. So it's printed 1. After that, I became which value? 2.
2.
So I said repeat it as long as it's true. So again, I have to repeat. So again, I have to go to this same point. We'll come back here. In if, we'll never come back to if again. If it's executed, it's over. We go out of that. But while means already we executed, we'll check it again, right? And then it's printed and then it's incremented. So which value is printed here now? What is the new value of 5 after increment? 2,
2.
no? To now come back here. Is the condition true?
True.
yes.
So if it is true, is it going to print
No.
2 number? And again it will change 3.
3.
Come back here. It's true, so it's coming back again and again. As long as it's not false. 3 is also true, 3 is printed. With 4 also it's true, 4 is printed. Now we came back with 5. Now it's 5. Is 5 less than or equal to 5?
It's equal to 5.
Equals to 5.
Yes, so it's printed.
5.
Yes, so 5 is also printed successfully. And after that, it became which number?
6.
6.
Now come back again here. Is it true now? Is
No, ma'am.
6 less than? No. So
False.
this
Also,
procedure of iteration stops. So it's nothing but we write a repetitive steps inside a looping construct while wherein we have to check the condition. If it's true only we will do this job. If it was if keyword, it will be tested once. But since it is while, it will be tested again and again and again. Once it is true, it will do the job and come back to the test again. So this is repetition. So in repetition, what are the steps? Initialization. So where should we begin our count? And what is the next step? Test expression. When should I terminate the count? Termination is dependent on the condition. As long as the C's value is less than or equal to 5, we are doing the job. Means other meaning of that is if it exceeds 5, it stops. So 6 is the terminating point. We can understand by this condition. So what is the true values? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 only. 6, from 6 onwards, all are false values. So once the C value crosses 5, it will be a false statement. So test expression will tell you when will the loop stop. So loop will stop at which count? Sixth count. And after that, after the condition, whatever we wrote, because every time before printing, we should check the count. Am I in the correct count or not? So if it's the correct count only, we should do the job. If it's not the correct count, we are not going to do the job. But after printing the step, what are we going to do? Change the count. Because if I don't change the count, loop will come back here again. But is the value different or one only? If I don't change the count, it will be again one, same value. If it's C1, 1 less than 5, print C, again it comes here. What is the C value? Same, nobody changed.
no one.
If nobody changed, so it will be 1 again. It will go on infinite loop then. It will 1 will be printed infinite times. Right? So if you don't want to go into infinite loop, give a terminating point. For reaching to the terminating point, some increment is required. If you don't do increment, it will never stop the loop. Instead, if you say decrement, what will happen? Now it was 1. 1 is less than or equal to 5. Then what is the new value? 0. Next new value is 0. Is 0 less than or equal to 5? That is printed. Minus 1 is less than or equal to 5. Minus 2 is less than or equal to 5.
I think it will print
Go to infinite loop,
infinity.
right?
Oh, mic is off. Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
So our concept is, I said I have to go from 1 to towards 5. So how will I move from 1 to 5? By only one logic. What is that logic? Plus 1. If I do minus 1 or if I don't do any increment or decrement, no changes only. It will stop at this point. It will be at this point only, infinitely, right? So I'll just say one more. Like if I have to print, let us say I want to print these numbers, or not even these numbers. I want to print Teclan, as I said. Teclan for how many times? 5 times. So 5 times I will start counting. And at which count? While count is less than or equal to 5. What I want to do now? Print Teclan. And what should I do with this? So what will happen with this? Teclan is printed for how many times on the screen? How many times? You just see the counts. 1 to 5 by doing plus 1. How many counts we are going to get? 5 counts totally. So at every count, what job is done for you? Teclan is printed.
Teclan
So
must.
Teclan is print, yes. So if I have to print Teclan 10 times, just make it this way. Same program to print Teclan in 10 times, I can do in reverse order also. Counting can be done in any order you like. So I can say while C is greater than or equal to 1, I will just say Teclan and I'll just reduce my count as. Now I can reduce because now I'm doing count down, not count up, right?
Yeah.
Concept is same. Counts are 10 only because at every count we are doing a tech learn. So whether I count upwards or backwards, it's the same. Even if I want, I can say count is 10 and I can say while count is less than or equal to 100, print tech learn. And if I say C plus is equal to 10, then how many iterations, how many times tech learn is printed?
90, 90 times.
10 times.
Okay, one
At
sir.
10 also,
Okay. C will be 10, no? One sir. 10 plus 10, 10 plus 10, 10 plus 10
yeah,
equal. Okay, got
yeah.
it.
At 10 also it will print, no?
Yeah,
At 20
got
also
it.
it will print. So 10 times.
I got it.
Means, is it important about these numbers or we can put any numbers there?
Both
It's
are
any number.
important.
Yeah, it's
How?
important. But to achieve this, is it only possible that I should count from 1 to 10? Or we can repeat a task for 10 times by counting down also.
Down also, ma'am.
Or we can say 10 to 100 also. Anything we can do. Ultimately, it should have how many counts in that logic? 10 counts only. 10 to 100 by increment of 10, how many numbers are generated? 10, 10 numbers only. So the most logical one, natural one is this one only. If somebody says write something for 10 times from childhood, we used to do like this. One, they were told to write their names or something, they will write like this, no? Generally.
Yeah.
So they will not never cross. Blindly they can't write. So they wrote 10 and they wrote this. After that, they'll stop automatically when they reach to 11th count. They will not do anything. Right? Same concept. This loops. So using loops, we can do a lot of things. Now, what are the different looping constructs? Means what are the different looping keywords? So in Python, we have a loop called as while loop, which I've just shown you. Let me just show you practically. So in practice, I'm just starting a count as 1 while count is less than, just like a condition of if only, but it is okay, right? So if you have something patternized, some pattern, we'll just put it in a loop, no? We'll say songs, 5 songs we add in a playlist and we'll say put it in the loop. So what will happen? The same songs are repeated 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? Simple. It's is a concept clear to you?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
And this will do a lot of programs. These are logical concepts. Now there's one more loop called as for in loop with range function. There's one more loop called as for in loop without range with sequences. Okay. Now, first one, if I say already we have learned, but we have to solve a lot of examples with that. Now, if I say print even numbers between 2 to 20, 2 to 20, I give the range. So, what is the starting value from which number?
4.
Between 2
Starting
to
from
from
2 to
2 to 20.
20. 2 only.
2, 220. Okay.
So, till which number?
While is greater than 20 till
See, a relation you
or
can see 2 and 20 is which symbol? Is it this symbol or is it this symbol?
less than 20 in between.
Yes. Means
Less than
all the
equal to
count. Yes, all the counts which are less than or equal to which number?
20
20 are to be considered as even numbers. If I print this number, what will be the next even number?
plus 2.
Yes, this is one logic. Or else, what we can do is one more logic is C is equal to 2 while C less than or equal to 20. Then before printing, check the value is it even or not. If C is modulus by 2 and reminder is what?
0.
So this is which condition? What am I checking with this?
If
Dividing by
it's
2.
even number or not.
Yes,
Even
Dividing
it's
number
by
or
an
not.
2. Dividing
yes.
by 2, the number, if it
Yeah.
is 0, it needs to be Even number.
Means it's an even number. So even, is it an even number or not? So if it is even only, we are printing that number. Otherwise, we are not printing. So this is a condition. With condition only this statement. Even if it's even or not, every time it's checking. 1, 2, it's even, it will print. After that, we'll go to the next number. So next number we have to go by like this. So there is only one statement inside if, not this statement. It should not be done conditionally. After 2, 3, no. After 3, 4 should come. Every time it should increment. So increment should not be written inside the if condition. If I write like this, after 2 it becomes 3. But 3 is not an even number. So it will not print, then it will not even increase also. So increment job should be always repetitively done. So that's the reason we have to write it in the loops, inside the loop directory. As this is checked again and again, only thing which is not printed always is this one. This statement printing will happen on condition. If it's true, it will print, otherwise it will not print. And after checking what is done, the count will get incremented. So here from 2 to 20, every number is checked. Is it even or not? And then only it's getting printed here. Clear?
Yes.
Any confusion?
No,
Now,
ma'am.
No, ma'am.
if you want, the second thing is for in loop, we can say something like a range function. Now, there is a function in Python called as range function. So range is like in maths, we say no 1 to 20, 2 to 20, as I just said. If you just write like this, when I just say print numbers between 2 to 20. So what will you generally understand? What will anybody understand with this statement? What should I print? Which numbers I'm expecting you to print by this simple statement?
2 to 20, all the numbers in between. From
Yes,
2
no,
to all
yes,
natural numbers.
all only. So that means in range function, if you write two numbers, it will understand that you have to start from 2, stop at 20, and the changeover is how much?
1
Plus 1.
plus 1.
So this is by default. Even if you don't mention, the third argument is already known. So in range function, we can supply only three numbers, because if we had to print only even numbers between 2 to 20, we had to mention which number? 2. 2. This will take automatically. This is taking automatically 1 as a increment. Okay. So that means if I do this particular code, it will print 1, 2, 3, 4 till 20. All natural, all numbers. But when I do this, I have provided last number as 2. It will print 2 to 20, all even numbers. 2, 4, 6, 8. It goes on till 20. No other numbers here. Means there is a purpose of writing this. Now in the same manner, if I say range of 20, if I say print numbers in range of 20, what will you understand by default?
Range of 20 means
From 0 to 20.
Yes, right. So it will go from 0 to 20, every number
it's
like
adding
this,
one one one
naturally. Yes, naturally. So that means what is taken naturally?
one.
It will take it as, it will take automatically from 0 to 20 and plus 1. Because what is important in loops? In loops, we need what all information? Start, end, and change, count change. Change of the count. No? These three things are important. So inside range function, we can pass at the most three numbers. The first number is like a starting value. Next number is like we have to stop at that number. If you don't want to stop at this number, we have to mention what here? 21. So if you say 20, 20 will not be printed actually. So if I say this, actually 20 will not be printed. It will print only 19. If I say this, it will only print last number as 80. So the next number is not included. 1 to 20 means 20 is not included. 2 to 20 means 20 is not included. So if you want to include 20 also, we should just say 21 or 22. We should just cross that number. You should not say 20. Okay?
Okay.
Whatever
Okay,
you
ma'am.
want to print, say that plus 1. So if I say this, it will start from which number? 0 to 20 included. Now it is included, right? Any confusion?
No, ma'am.
So just I'll show you one. So, and here in the for in loop, what we will do is we will take the help of this range function. Now for keyword, each value generated in or by the range function, if I say something like this. So range function is generating which numbers now,
1 to 10. 0, 1 to
right? It's like a list of numbers. Assuming it's like list of 10 numbers, like 1, 0, 1, it goes on. So like this is a set of number out of which each number is taken and stored in this variable. And one by one, not all at a time. And you can print that value. When you do this, the value 0 is printed. Now after printing it, the cursor will move to the next number automatically. Then 1 is printed, then cursor will move to the next number. So like this, it will automatically go and check the number is there or not, and automatically stops at last 10 number, because after that there is no data only, right? There's no data after 10. So it will print 1 to 0 to 10, all the numbers, right? So here, how did we get this 0 to 10 numbers? How did we generate these numbers? If you say range of which numbers? 11. 11. So when I said range of 11, it is generating numbers from where to where? It will generate numbers from,
0 to 10.
0 to 11.
0
say,
to 10.
10.
yeah. So out of this given generated numbers, each number is stored in this variable. It's like value should be initialized from this range of values, one by one. And then that values are printed, right? Is this clear to some extent here?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
So I'll just start it tomorrow, because tomorrow we'll execute and show you practically the complete concepts to you.
Okay,
This
ma'am.
is what is loops, fine?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay then. Thank you.
Thank you.